Hey everybody, welcome to Go for Green Living Homestead. My name's Daniel, and yes, I know it's a crazy title, but let me explain. Now, chickens, I think, are the number one animal on a homestead, and I think I've done a video on that before, but I have some interesting things to say about them, especially since the situation in today's world. Now, they are the number one form of protein for your homestead that you don't have to kill, with the eggs. And like today, me and Anna, we were gathering up eggs, and we got 4 dozen eggs. Gathered up 4 dozen eggs today. I had some, I think they're called White Rock hens. They're kind of mixed and matched. And, all my chickens are a little bit different. I hear one of the chickens cackling right now. I have a story about that. Go on. But we gathered up 4 dozen eggs today. Imagine if we had nothing else. Me and Anna would have 4 dozen eggs to be eaten. We don't get that many a day. We probably get 2 dozen eggs a day. But still, that's a lot of eggs to eat. And a lot of eggs to share if and when something happens. So I think it's the most renewable protein source on a homestead is the chicken and the chicken's egg. Which came first, the egg or the chicken, huh? I think the chicken did. I have five points about the chickens that I want to say. The first one was the protein. The number one renewable source of protein without killing the animal. 2 is that they're easy to take care of. They're easy to take care of. They just want to eat something and go scratch around and play and pick who's boss, so they're going to be picking who's boss, and between them they pick a pecking order. That's where that came from, pecking order. It's because chickens pick a pecking order, and it's when in line they can eat. But they're pretty greedy, so if there's you better come grab yours because they're going to eat it all. And the ease of them eating, they eat very wide variety. They'll eat grass, they'll eat scraps, kitchen scraps. They'll eat corn. I don't like to feed them a lot of corn, but I do feed them corn. I just let them scratch around and do what they want to during the daytime, and at nighttime I put them up in the barn. And to have, let me tell you something about a broody hen. Now, a broody hen is worth her weight in gold. I mean, she might only lay eggs for 3 to 5 years, sometimes more. I have some older chickens, some black ones that they lay a bit more, but the broody hen are worth their weight in gold because they produce. Every year they want to sit on eggs. They want to propagate, I guess, and have babies and all that. And my chickens all came from being hatched from other chickens. These little bantams that I have, now these little bantams, they are excellent sitters. They'll sit on eggs and they'll raise them up even if they're not their eggs. I mean, literally, I've had babies as big as the little bantams, that they raised up, and then they'll go run underneath of the hen and pick her up. It's really quite hilarious, but it's awesome. So a broody hen is an ultimate goal that you want to have. And if you get a broody hen, you want them to then that hen, I mean, if a hen hatches out a baby, then she's going to hatch out babies when she's old enough, because that's what she's taught to do. My grandfather once told me an interesting story. During the Depression, they would let their chickens out at night and during the daytime, and put them up at night, so nothing got to them. But during the daytime, they would listen for their cackle, of a hen laying their eggs, and then they would take off running to find that egg before, she wandered off too far and they could find that egg. But he would eat at least 2 of his meals a day would be an egg, a single egg, and at least 2 of his meals would be that, and sometimes 3. It's high in protein. It's really not that bad for you, as much as they say they're bad for you. If you ain't got nothing else, that's awesome. I mean, me personally, I could take some of this garlic here, mix it in, take a little onion, so I would be, pleasantly happy with an egg every day, especially as much garlic as I grow. But anyway, that's the interesting story about the Depression. They lived off eggs and having chickens, and they were important. And once a week they would have chicken for dinner. Every Sunday they would go get the extra roosters, and that's you had to kill a chicken once a week. But the moms would make chicken stock and bone broth, and everybody would have a chicken dinner, one night. So that one chicken stretched out. So again, another reason chickens are just awesome. All right, guys, that's what I got to say about chickens and the egg. Who came first, the chicken or the egg? But I mean, literally 4 dozen eggs today, and I don't feed my chickens a lot. They get kitchen scraps. They get a little cracked corn, a little bit of seed grain. It's like wheat and mullet and grass seeds all mixed together. It's this little seed grain, and they love it. They'll scratch the ground. They'll tear it up. Easy to take care of, and they don't mind me. They stick around. They stick around to your yard. If you raise a chicken there, if a chicken's raised on your property, it'll stay around. It'll know where to go. It'll stay around. If it's not raised on your property, put it in a cage for 6 weeks, 2 months. Put it in a cage for 6 weeks, 2 months, and then start letting it out. It'll stay there because then it's acclimated to your property. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you on the next one. Ani Obe Ocha, means I love you in Hebrew.